Hi, I'm Toby Hodges from Yachting World. This is the brand new Neel 52. And over the years I've been lucky enough to sail a few of the Neels. And it's, this replaces the 51, which is about 8 years old now. And it has some fairly remarkable differences. However, what has always been a pleasant surprise with a Neel is just how well they sail. We're going to have our work cut out today to try and see if that's the case with the 52. However, you can see that even with these zephyrs, we are already moving along quite handsomely. So before we jump on the Helm and have a look at the Helm station in particular and how the boat feels and that sort of thing, I just wanted to show you a few of the key differences on this boat because it's full of surprises in terms of space and layout. It's a phenomenally big boat. Obviously, it's a massive amount of beam, and obviously the long appeal of a Neel has been, especially for monohull sailors, the performance and feel of the Helm. For me though, this is full of surprises once you go inside the boat, and that's, you know, having sailed the 43, the 51 and looked over the 65 and others they've done, this is a marked improvement. And it's, the other thing I should note is that Neel are being open to, since the founder left, the management now is being open to the sort of customer service side of the problems they've had, and they're trying to address the finish quality side of it as well. Anyway, without going into that, what I want to show you here is just how spacious this feels. So they've kept this cockloon concept here, where the cockpit and the saloon are joined together by pushing those doors right back here. They've kept the main living area, so the owner's cabin up here on the main deck, big galley area, nav station, watch station, that sort of thing, all on one area where you see pretty much surround views from here. And then they've added just space, and yet more space. And the weird thing is, that's for 1.5 tons less than the 51. So they've addressed the balance issues, so I understand. And they've moved the weight around on the boat, they've cut weight out of it, and then you get things like this. So from the master cabin, you walk down into here, and you've got a full walk-in closet, essentially, with a vanity area here. Sit here, I can do look out of the large hull window there, big wardrobes around here and shelves, and then you move into a heads area. From the heads area, you move into the wet room, the shower area. Sit down, have a nice rainfall shower. And then look at this, a full laundry, domestic size washer dryer. Plenty of storage space. I mean, you are not short of storage space on this boat. Big opening hatch out onto the foredeck. Now what we're looking at on this boat is a 4-cabin version. You can have a 5-cabin, you can have a 6-cabin. You can have 2 crew cabins as well. And no, they're not in the sail lockers. The crew cabins are aft. I'll have a look at those in a minute. Look at the space you get in the galley. It's extraordinary. I would say that it's a little, you haven't quite got a horizon line unless you're fairly short. You have to sort of duck down a little bit. But anyway, look at that, massive drawer fridges. loads of work surface area, induction cooking. Yeah, you're not healing. This boat probably heals 5 to 10 degrees max. And it's also, in terms of family cruising appeal for going across the Atlantic, whatever, it's certified as uncapsizable, which will, yeah, obviously make people feel a bit more secure when multi-hull sailing. Get some good ventilation coming from those. It would be nice perhaps to have a hatch above so you could sit here and keep an eye on the mainsail if you were on watch. But obviously you get very good forward vision. Move down here, you find some more cabins. Let's have a look in here. There we go. Another one, Pullman cabin in the bows here. Plenty of space for the kids. Have a heads there, which is shared with another cabin. Here we go, here's another one. Double cabin under the main living area here. Emergency hatch there and little hull window out that side as well. So yeah, another double cabin here. A couple of owners have requested larger mechanical access. I'll show you the engine room, it's huge, but so you'd lose this cabin here and you'd have walk-through access into that. Don't know if you need that at the moment. This has the fuel and water tanks below it, all nice and central. A bit more electronic space under here. Don't know where the lights are. In general though, the finish quality does look not too bad at all for a yard producing about 25 of these a year at the moment. The odd squeaky floorboard, but yeah, it's a polyester and vinylester infused boat over with a PVC foam core. The odd sharper edge and corner, but not too bad. And then yet another double cabin. I've lost count of them. Again, loads of natural light. Not too much stowage here, but yeah, when you have a look at the amount of sail locker space and that sort of thing as well. So this opens into a heads here again and a wet room shower. There could be a separate companionway entrance here into this forward cabin. So this, in this format, is just a cabin, I guess a utility cabin, where you could put a berth in there when you have occasional guests. And those that need that extra space, if you're going for the 6th cabin or whatever, yeah, you could put a separate companionway in here and then they would just share a wet heads area. That saloon table raises and lowers electronically. Those doors fold right back, so you end up almost joining that table there to sit a huge amount of people around that saloon area. You got this great sort of beanbag area under the helm station itself, out of the sun. And then we'll have a look in here for the engine room access. So you can see, compared to the 51, the engine room's been moved. It was pretty central. That's the engine's been moved right aft. 110 horsepower Yanmar. Still loads of room though. Look, you can get all the way around that. There's the quadrant there. Still use Dyneema steering, Dyneema linkage to it. Yeah, plenty of access to the sail drive. Massive great Cummins Onan generator there. And then still a separate bulkhead entrance into battery and electronics there, plus a water maker as well. Yeah, and this again, weight has been moved further aft, but then the centre of balance, centre of effort has as well. The mast is further aft. The Genoa is bigger on this. and it's a Lombard rather than the 51, which was a Nivelt design. So this is the aft deck access into essentially what is a sail locker like this, or toy stowage, lazarette. Just a massive cabin. In fact, I'm going to go down into there just to show you how tall it is and how much volume there is in here. So this could be on either side a crew cabin as well. So you can have two separate crew cabins in here with their own heads, etc. But yeah, if you want to put the bikes and the paddle boards, wing foilers, dinghies, you name it, you've got the space to do so, with about 6.5 foot headroom standing in here as well. So Neel has kept the single helm area on this 52, and obviously you can access it direct from the cockpit here or from the side. What that means essentially is not only are all the lines leading to one area here, but you get this flybridge area as well in terms of relaxing. And you see from up here just how much solar panel space there is as well. We are looking at putting a second helm in because just for being able to sail from windward side, but I'm told it doesn't make a big difference for manoeuvring in port, because you get used to doing it from that starboard side. So from here you can see how head sail sheets led through these blocks and then to the winches each side. And you can also see we're just running out of wind, but the boat has basically, even under Genoa, we were still moving in 2 knots of wind and being able to tack through it. And now with this Jenica, in 4 to 5 knots of wind, we've been about half a knot under it, reaching around at about 100 true. And it looks like the wind is just dying out again. So yeah, we're currently in 3 knots, 3.5 knots true, making 3.2 knots. That is not bad for a 12.5 ton family cruising multi-hull. So single helm layout. You've got your reefing lines straight from the mast base there to here, and then your head sail sheets, and to use these two as well for controlling. You see the red and greens going along the boom for controlling the boom angle as well. You might be able to see at the end of the boom that hook, and that is for lifting the dinghy, goes through the boom and comes back to this Antel flat winder winch here. So pick the dinghy up, put it back on that aft swim platform. So we're giving up on the sailing now to do some engine trials. Giving it the beans. 9.5 knots under engine, 3,000 revs. Get places. Furlers make it easy to furl from aft, from the helm, go through the gears. You can see the long waterline length from here on all 3 hulls. Reverse bows, nice and dry, very Lombard design. Does this 52 mark the future for Neel? I think so, I hope so. This one's number 1, it's only just launched. They've already sold 25, and they sold 40 of the 51 over 8 years. So it's off to a very promising start. It's pitched in the sort of more performance area. They see someone like Ultramare as a main competitor. This boat starts at around €1 million, and this one we're on equipped about 1.3. It will keep moving. Let's just hope they keep improving the finish quality. It looks like they have with this, and the after sales as well. Hope you enjoyed the quick tour. See you next time. it.